Takuya was the quiet anime nerd almost nobody noticed at school. While the other students talked about sports, relationships, and celebrities, Takuya spent most of his time thinking about his favorite anime, Glittermon. He loved it so much that even his stationary social media account and bedroom were filled with Glittermon merchandise. But Takuya kept this side of himself hidden because he was afraid his classmates would think he was strange. Then one small incident completely changed his life. One day, Kotoko, one of the most popular girls in class, picked up Takuya's Glittermon eraser. Takuya immediately expected her to make fun of him, but before she could say anything, another popular girl named Amane suddenly recognized the character. Her reaction was far too excited for someone who supposedly knew nothing about anime. Takuya became suspicious and directly asked if she was secretly an otaku. Amane denied everything and claimed the anime merchandise she owned belonged to her younger sister. Takuya did not believe her, so he pulled out a rare Glittermon charm to test her. The moment Amane saw it, her usual cold expression completely disappeared. She desperately wanted the charm, and Takuya finally realized that the coolest and most mysterious girl in school was secretly a huge anime fan. Amane still refused to admit the truth, but Takuya gave her the charm anyway. The next day, Kotoko revealed that Amane had lent her the Glittermon manga. Kotoko had stayed awake all night reading it, and when Takuya began excitedly explaining the story, she listened patiently instead of making fun of him. She even asked for his Instagram account. Takuya panicked because his profile was filled with anime drawings, but Kotoko said she admired how passionate he was. Then she pulled him close and took a selfie with him. For someone who had spent most of his school life being ignored, this felt unbelievable. Soon after, one of Takuya and Amane's favorite Glittermon characters died in the anime. Takuya arrived at school completely depressed and noticed that Amane's eyes were red too. When he mentioned the character's death, Amane finally stopped pretending. She admitted the scene had destroyed her emotionally. Now Takuya knew the truth for certain. Amane was just as obsessed with Glittermon as he was. Their shared secret quickly brought them closer. One afternoon, Takuya visited an anime store and unexpectedly found both Amane and Kotoko there. At first, he tried to leave because he believed someone like him did not belong beside two popular girls, but they stopped him and invited him to shop with them. For the first time, Takuya felt like he genuinely had friends. Later, Kotoko asked to borrow Takuya's Glittermon Blu-ray. Instead of simply taking it home, she suggested watching it inside Takuya's room. Amane invited herself too. A few hours later, two of the most popular girls in school were standing inside the bedroom of a boy who had barely spoken to girls before. Takuya tried to hide how nervous he was, but things became even more chaotic when Kotoko hugged him from behind while he searched for the discs. When the anime started, Takuya and Amane completely lost control. They shouted at the screen, reacted emotionally, and exposed their true otaku personalities. During one intense scene, Amane accidentally grabbed Takuya's arm. They stared at each other awkwardly until Kotoko took a picture and started teasing them. After the watch party, Amane revealed that she had already known Takuya's anime account for months. She was secretly one of his followers and had always admired his artwork. Kotoko joked that the two of them already looked like a couple. Then she asked Takuya which girl he liked more. Takuya panicked and claimed he was only interested in fictional anime girls. Both girls laughed, but the question stayed in their minds. From that point onward, the three became almost inseparable. Takuya and Amane secretly started watching Glittermon together online. Kotoko also added him on social media, and before long, both girls separately invited him to spend time with them. Takuya solved the problem by inviting both girls to the same outing, but Kotoko decided they should each get 1 hour alone with him. Amani spent her hour taking Takuya to an anime store. When a random guy asked for her number, she rejected him instantly. During their conversation, she finally admitted that the younger sister she always blamed for her anime obsession did not exist. She had invented the story because she was too embarrassed to admit she loved anime. During Kotoko's hour, she pulled Takuya into a photo booth and asked him what kind of girl he liked. Takuya admitted he had never seriously thought about romance. Kotoko quietly said she had not either until she met him. Unfortunately, Takuya did not hear the final words. As the three spent more time together, the friendship slowly started becoming a love triangle. When Kotoko invited Takuya to the movies alone, Amane became visibly jealous. When Takuya happily spoke to another girl, Kotoko became jealous too. Neither of them wanted to admit what they were feeling. One day, Amane invited Takuya to her house and showed him her secret Glittermon collection. Her friend Sayu arrived and immediately exposed the truth. Amane was the real anime addict, and Takuya was the first boy she had ever invited into her bedroom. Sayu jokingly asked if Takuya was Amane's boyfriend. Amane denied it, but her embarrassed reaction made the answer less convincing. Later, Takuya went to the movies alone with Kotoko. They watched a ridiculous zombie movie, took pictures together, and spent the entire day laughing. Meanwhile, Amane sat at home imagining the two of them alone inside a dark theater. She became so jealous that the next morning she immediately demanded to know everything that had happened. A school sports tournament brought them even closer. Amane was known as Iron Face because she never smiled during basketball games. But when Takuya shouted her name from the crowd, she looked directly at him and smiled brightly. Everyone around them was shocked. The girl who never reacted to anyone had smiled only because Takuya cheered for her. During summer vacation, the group went to the beach with Kotoko's siblings and Amane's friend, Sayu. Kotoko's protective older brother, Junichiro, immediately questioned Takuya about his relationship with the girls. Takuya honestly said nothing romantic had happened. Instead of being relieved, Junichiro became annoyed that Takuya apparently was not interested in his sister. The others also started arguing over which girl was closer to him. Kotoko's brothers supported Kotoko, while Sayu supported Amane. One side mentioned Takuya's movie date with Kotoko. The other side revealed that Takuya had already visited Amane's bedroom. Eventually, Junichiro directly asked Takuya to choose between them. Takuya said both girls were precious friends and promised he would never do anything that could hurt either of them. That answer finally earned Junichiro's respect. Amane's feelings became even stronger when she asked Takuya to model with her for wedding photographs. She appeared in a white wedding dress, leaving Takuya completely speechless. The photographer asked them to hold hands and pose like a real couple. At first, they were painfully awkward, but once they started laughing, the pictures looked surprisingly natural. For a moment, they did not look like classmates. They looked like an actual bride and groom. Not long after, the three attended a summer fireworks festival. Amane and Kotoko both wanted to hold Takuya's hand, so they ended up walking together with Takuya in the middle. Later, Kotoko took him somewhere quiet to watch the fireworks. When Takuya became emotional about summer ending, Kotoko comforted him. Then, without thinking, she looked into his eyes and said, "I like you." Takuya froze. Kotoko immediately panicked and claimed she only meant that she liked him as a friend. Takuya happily said he liked her as a friend too. Kotoko had confessed, taken it back, and friend-zoned herself within a few seconds. Amane secretly witnessed the entire moment. When school resumed, the class began preparing for a festival. Amane and Kotoko agreed to wear maid costumes, mostly because they wanted to see Takuya react. During costume preparations, the three ended up having a sleepover at Junichiro's apartment. Late at night, the girls asked Takuya which classmate he would choose for a date. After thinking carefully, he said Amane and Kotoko were the only girls he truly felt comfortable with. So he would go out with both of them. Both girls became unbelievably happy and admitted they would date him too. The room immediately became awkward when they realized what they had said. After Kotoko fell asleep, Takuya and Amane stayed awake and talked privately. Amane finally explained why she always hid her love for anime. She felt different from the girls around her and worried they would judge her. But when she was with Takuya, she did not need to pretend. Takuya told her he wished that moment could last forever. Amane quietly took a picture with him, so she would always remember it. The school festival finally arrived. Takuya wore a Glittermon-inspired costume, while Amane and Kotoko both looked stunning in their outfits. Throughout the festival, both girls tried to spend private time with him. They also secretly wanted to ask him to watch the final fireworks with them, but the festival included a popularity contest. Kotoko won first place among the girls, while Amane came second. When the most popular boys stood beside them, everyone said they looked like perfect couples. Those comments triggered Takuya's deepest insecurity. He started believing Amane and Kotoko belonged with confident, attractive, popular people. Someone like him had no place beside them. So he quietly disappeared. Amane and Kotoko immediately noticed he was missing. They abandoned the celebration and searched through the entire school for him. Meanwhile, Takuya hid alone and looked through the photographs they had taken together. The anime watch party, the outings, the beach, the sleepover, every memory reminded him how much his life had changed. He realized that even if he felt inferior, he did not want to lose them. For the first time, he no longer wanted to return to being alone. Takuya finally went back and found Amane and Kotoko waiting for him. He apologized and admitted the truth. He had always felt like an outsider standing between two people far better than him. But Kotoko had always listened when he talked about anime, even when she did not understand everything. Amane had shown him a side of herself she hid from everyone else. Those moments had become precious to him. Takuya told them he cared deeply about both of them and begged them to continue staying beside him. Amane and Kotoko were shocked. They had never planned to leave. Both girls admitted that Takuya was just as important to them. As the fireworks began outside, Amane grabbed one of his hands and Kotoko grabbed the other. Takuya promised that he would work hard to become someone worthy of standing beside them. Both girls immediately hit him. They told him they already liked him exactly the way he was. So for now, the quiet anime nerd and the two most popular girls in school remained together. But this love triangle was only getting started, and that is the end of today's story. If you enjoyed this anime recap, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more amazing anime stories. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.